my family probably has always been my biggest cheerleaders, and even beyond my immediate family. I'm fortunate in that way. I actually had both of my parents in my life. They were married for almost 40 years before my dad passed away, and they supported me in different ways. You know, my dad was a jokester. He was always fun to be around, but he worked really hard. He never went to college. He drove a truck for 30 plus years. So it's, a pretty labor intensive sort of profession. But he always, he got up every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning and commuted from Oakland to Milpitas every day and worked overtime. And, his pay was not that great, and he had 4 children and a wife to support. But he got up, he had his way too sweet, dark, black coffee, no cream. But he got up and he went to work every day. And that was, my first example of what it meant to be a hard worker. My mother has been in the Bay Area for many years now, but she was born in the South, and she kind of comes from this era of kind of how you carry yourself is important, and striving for your best. And it's funny, she has this saying where, like, when you're sick, she's like, just because you're sick doesn't mean you need to look sick, So, and the funny thing is, I've thought of that in other parts of my life, that even when you feel tired and even when you don't think that you can go on and that it feels really, really hard, you need to get out there and keep pushing along. And it doesn't mean that you're not vulnerable, but it just means that, you try to set an example for someone who can endure through things. She always felt like that, and still does, that education is really important. And because she grew up in the South, although not everybody had a lot of money, and she grew up in a time where civil rights were high, at its peak. But even still, she was still around African Americans who had gone to some of the historically Black colleges, who had gone on to become teachers or medical professionals, or she lived in a community where they had seen African Americans live with so little, and they knew the importance of really doing your best to make something out of your life.